All right, all right. Hey, hey, welcome back. All right, so Cancerians, I am sorry. I know I missed you guys on Saturday. It was just, I didn't get to do any videos at all on Saturday. So normally I put these out on Tuesday and Saturday. I'm sorry that you guys got shortchanged last week out of one of them, but this week we should have some smooth sailing. So we are starting out with flocks. I'm going with flower inspired messages just because I really wanted to break away from the cold, snowy backgrounds and get to something growing and lush. But it says harmony, and there's a quote by Marcus Aurelius: "He who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the universe." Phlox has a really nice scent, also. Um, but I'm feeling like this is possibly going to just start us out with either a character who is aware of this or is learning this or has been struggling to capture that mindset. We'll just see. Hi, Rosie. Oh, thank you. So nice to see you again, honey. Decoded and Lulu, thanks for joining me on this one too, you guys. We have a Queen of Wands. We have a Seven of Cups. I don't know why, but I'm getting like a vibe of either Cancerian couldn't decide, why is this person in my life? Sometimes the Queen of Wands can come in to our world and they can act like they're so good at everything, and it can kind of like, either we can say, wow, I admire them, but my God, do they have to be perfect at everything? What am I supposed to learn about this? What is this, somebody that I should aspire to be more like? Is that what they're a representation of? Or are they a representation of, it can seem like everything is prim, proper, and perfect, but you know what? Everybody's got their problems. Nobody is perfect. Is this an example of, no matter how it, as you know, because I am feeling right now with that quote by Marcus Aurelius here, like needing to live in harmony with oneself and then in harmony with the universe. This feels like a challenger comes into Cancer's life, because the Seven of Cups is here, which yields like confusion and like, I don't understand what am I supposed to get out of this? And if you look closely, this Queen of Wands, who tends to be our most attractive, kings and queens are the wands. And she sits here and she's this professional flautist, and she's very prim and proper, and she's in her perfect outfit, and she sits up on the edge of her chair, and everything is perfect, right? And you know how we all meet those people sometimes in life when we go, their teeth are perfect, their hair is perfect, they dress perfect, they went to the great schools, their career is illustrious. Man, and I bet they don't have BO either. And it's like, no, that's not true. In fact, sometimes those perfect worlds that seem like their life looks just like a glossy magazine, sometimes we discover there's a little Bruin volcano in there. They got their problems too. Nothing is so perfect. Even here, the music notes rip into flames. Nobody's life is perfect. And I kind of feel like the more Cancerian recognizes that, the more at peace they'll be with themselves. Instead, because it's very much the message of like, don't ever like think that we're not enough because we compared ourselves to somebody else's seemingly idealistic life, because it's sure that it's not. Nothing is so perfect, and nobody is better than you are. Nobody is better than anybody. We're all very equal. We all have different capacities to like expand, but we all have equal value, and we all have our own set of problems, whether they're highly visible or whether they're buried deep inside. And somebody's ability to be happy also can be heavily impacted. Just because somebody seems like they have a perfect life, maybe it's super stressful to try to keep the perfect life seemingly intact. So I just think that this is Cancerians getting a chance to be like, I don't understand. Am I supposed to be jealous of this person? What am I supposed to, they seem so perfect. And this says, no, this isn't perfect. And this is a great example for, I think anyway, it's a great example for Cancerian to look at that. I don't think Cancer would trade their life for anybody's. That's what they're going to discover. Princess of Wands and Ace of Swords. Look, Cancerian can say, I'm just a little humble Princess of Wands. This is like the Page of Wands. I'm just at the beginning of my illustrious career. I'm just now, at maybe I'm older than they are, but I'm just now really, doing certain things that are similar to what that queen is doing. Look at how huge this gigantic swirling, portal of the universe is. No matter what age we are, no matter where we are in life, we cannot compare our journey to anybody else's. Cancerian has got a wealth of other amazing experiences, and they don't have some of the stresses. Maybe they look at life as more of an adventure, so they're a little happier, they laugh a little easier. They're realizing they have figured out how to have a much better time, and maybe they don't have as much money as seemingly that queen does. Doesn't matter. This Cancerian knows how to work with what they got, and they have a really good time, and they have, good people around them, and they have, a really like good quality of life, and they're inspired and they're excited every day. That Queen of Wands, there's some conflict on that card, which I would not normally ever read a Queen of Wands like this. It just is the image here. It's so intense and prim and proper, and that's not usually a Queen of Wands. A Queen of Wands is fiery and passionate, yes, and very, accomplished. But this, even the way she's got her little ankles crossed, everything. I'm sorry, but that would be painful to be in that position for too long. Meanwhile, look at Cancerian over here, rocking it, doing the fist pump in the air. I just kind of feel like this is such a much easier flowing energy. And I think this is the breakthrough that Cancerian needed to have. Meeting somebody and saying, wow, I guess they are perfect. I guess that's what I'm supposed to strive to be. Hell no. Let them be who they are. But Cancerian's just right, just who they are. Cancerian's life is what they've wanted it to be, what they wanted to build. And if they want to keep changing and building more into their lives, so be it. But don't change life because we think we're supposed to cross our ankles and sit upright on the edge of a chair. And that somehow is like, that's the status of what we should look like if we are a queen or an empress or an emperor or something like that. I think this is really just allowing a character to see life through a different lens and realizing they are exactly who they wish to be, and that's who they should be. We got the Magician. I think Cancerian can manifest things that nobody else can because nobody else is Cancerian, right? We all have our own unique strata of life, our own unique gifts, our own ability to, like, let's put it this way. Let's go back to the idea of like musicians. Let's say that, because she actually has like a rattle in her hand. Let's say that this Queen of Wands is a concert flautist. And let's say that Cancerian's like, well, I'll probably never play at whatever Carnegie Hall or something, but I jam hard every single Wednesday and Saturday night in my local community band. And it is the most joyful, like I'm super well respected in my community. It does something that like feeds my soul. We do it outside all summer long. It's just this amazing experience. And the vibes that we share in my community are just awesome. That could be so much more fulfilling than being part of a huge ensemble and being the first chair, in the flute department and performing in Carnegie Hall. It's just a different kind of joy and happiness, but it suits Cancerian just right. Their ability, though, to manifest more for themselves, to plan a life that's going to be tailored to what they actually want, who they really are. There's a huge sense of freedom around Cancerian and this interesting, like real connected to nature, real interesting flow of the universe. Here we see, like the spiral arm of the galaxy and kind of like an energy portal. Here we've got, again, a little bit of an energy portal, but now we're looking at the clouds and the solar system. And here we are kind of levitating over a body of water. Every time we see pieces of nature and like great energy conductors, I want to say that Cancerian gets their vibes from the great outdoors versus whoever this is, who maybe I don't know. I'm feeling the difference between somebody who's like got a wild streak to them, like Cancerian has a wild streak to them, and they almost wondered, Am I not supposed to be wild? Am I supposed to be more buttoned up? No, I don't think so. I think that this Cancerian is just who they are supposed to be. I think that they're just right being who they are. We've got the Seven of Swords, which is in this deck is not about lying or running away. It's about being able to read hieroglyphs. Very, very, very few people can read hieroglyphs. Very few people could communicate with the signs that Cancerian sees from the universe. Cancerian is on a whole different path. This is very special. You know, I did an Aquarius video tonight that was really unique also. Super, super special. 11-8, I love it. It's rad. And Dana, thank you for being here. I love that. Dana, that's a beautiful side note on that. I agree with you too. We get the Four of Discs in the reverse. We got the Judgment card upright. I feel like this Cancerian has something very, very special that is so right for them. And I know they're just sitting on the ground here, but I always look at this as somebody who's like in the front car of a roller coaster, and they're topless. So at some point they took off their top to wave it in the air like they just don't care, and they're going down like a roller coaster ride, even though I know this is just somebody like sitting in a garden at the end of a path. But there's this vibe of, I don't know if they like to take off their shirt and be in the sunshine, like get the sun, on their chest. That could be a very symbolic thing. They may be somebody who like goes to topless beaches or something. I have no problem with the human body. I think topless beaches or naked beaches are awesome myself, but that's just because I'm kind of a earth muffin myself. But there no judgment, right? And this is the Judgment card. I wonder if this is Cancerian's journey to not judging themselves for being a bit more of a wild creature, and just really fully embracing that, because they're realizing more of their power comes from them going with the flow, them listening to the intuition, listening to, whatever their body says feels nice, something like that. Like, it's anyone who's ever sunbathed, it feels amazing. I know, wear your sunscreen, right? Protect yourself. But by the same token, you've ever watched a cat roll around in the sunlight, you see how luxurious it is. They just love it. It feels amazing, right? So I'm just thinking that our Cancerian kind of knows that, and they know that some of their greatest ability to manifest is when they're most connected to nature and they're listening to their inner animal voice, and that kind of guides them perhaps where they're supposed to be. I don't know, this Cancerian has an idea that is coming back around full circle to them right now. Something that they either want to do, an old wish, dream, hope. We've got the Knight of Swords. They're going to put some plan into action, something that they almost put on a back burner. And here's where I think if we go back over to that Queen of Wands, this Queen of Wands was instrumental. It brought something to the surface. You notice how we've got like I don't know if this is, I guess it wouldn't be Mount Etna, just because we have, it almost looks like maybe Balinese or something. I've never figured out what the landscape is here, but meeting this Queen of Wands was a really important trigger. It brought something bubbling up to the surface. It made the volcano start to smoke and get active again. And I think that volcano is a metaphor for these ideas where Cancerians started to ask themselves, who am I? Is it goofy the way I do my life? No, actually, I think I more fully embrace who I am, because I know I wouldn't want to be the Queen of Wands. But I do like the fact that the Queen of Wands has reached queen status. Good on her. And I've got a lot of untapped potential, and I had some really great ideas. Maybe I didn't quite, follow through because maybe I thought it was out of my league or something. But in fact, everything about what I think I'm capable of, I already know I'm capable of it. Why don't I go back and revamp those ideas and really put those things into play? I think that the Queen of Wands was inspirational to Cancerian for more than one reason. No, they don't want to be the Queen of Wands, but on the other hand, staying their same wild little self and listening to what they're truly gifted in and following those pursuits or creating the thing that they've had in their mind. This is more like Cancerian going back to a plan that they had, and they kind of pushed it off to the wayside at one point in time, and they're going back to it. They want to do it all over again. No, we got to stick with that deck just a little bit longer. So what is this? Cancerian might start talking to somebody about this. This could be a product or something that they want to create. Cancerian could reach out to somebody that they used to like bounce ideas off of, whether they worked with this person, whether this person is a chemist or a lab tech, or if this is somebody they knew back in college. But I do feel like this could be an old flame, but this could be like, hey, remember once upon a time when we used to, be lovers, and we used to talk a lot, and we used to have all those crazy ideas. I'm kind of thinking they're not so crazy. You want to work with me on some stuff? And I feel like this person is going to be, hell yeah, let's do this. This might be the year for it, the year to bring back some great ideas, some fun, exciting. It just feels very like youthful. This could be something Cancerian wanted to do in their 20s. There was someone in particular that they shared this dream with, they shared this idea with, and I feel like Cancerian is just randomly reaching back out to that person. And I feel like it's really exciting. I don't know if this is something to do with the color wheel or color spectrum, because we actually have the spectrum of visible light being shown here, and you can't help but notice all the color wheel happening here as well. It could have to do with, I don't know, growing things, photosynthesis. It could have something to do, we kept kind of talking about light throughout this a little bit here and there. So maybe this has something to do with like wavelengths, or I don't know, there's experimentation though too. But this is creative energy that Cancerian wants to manifest, still doing something that they thought about a long time ago, but it does involve another person, possibly a masculine. And I feel like this is the time for them. Meeting that Queen of Wands helped inspire them to return to some of their own crazy, wildest dreams. Oh, what's that song? Once Upon a Time in Your Wildest Dreams. Moody Blues, right? I think that's my favorite song they ever did. We have Two of Wands, and this Two of Wands, you notice how we got these two little salamanders parallel, running side by side. Two of Wands is usually like a fork in the road, but not for them. They'll make the decisions together. I kind of think this is a rekindling of either an intellectual relationship or a lover's connection that also happens to have an intellectual strength to it. But these two are great companions. These two are individuals that will hash out ideas. They'll plan stuff together. They'll think about what they're going to do, and they'll do it together. I mean, sure, this could be friends, not lovers, but let's just put it this way. They really get a wonderful charge out of being around each other. They both feel happier when they are creating, manifesting. This feels like a couple of creatives, but I really think that whatever they're going to do next could be really big. It could be something, again, kind of like divinely inspired, and it's the right time of their lives. Whether this is like, oh, let's go ahead and start recording music as a duet, or this is, let's create something in a lab. Let's make a new tincture and sell it. Let's do something that it's like a plan that these two shared once upon a time, and they're getting back to it. But I really think it impacts their lives first and foremost by making them both really happy to be doing whatever this is. But the problem solving, I feel like it'll be a really nice, certainly a nice summer and into fall before they really put some stuff together and start to make some final decisions about where they take these plans. But I think they're going to be so in sync, in step by then. If they're going to be creating music, maybe making an album, it might take them all the way until about October to like be in perfect harmony and be like, okay, we're ready to record. We've worked on our songs. We've been co-writing songs together. We got this. But it's really awesome. I loved this one. This is so different. I so enjoy the kind of the just the different tempos that we have in these stories. That big message again was about he who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the universe. And I would say that's a great message for this entire story, because it's been very much about Cancerian listening to their gifts, listening to the things they're driven to want to do and create, and knowing that we all have our different drive, but we wouldn't want to pattern our life after somebody else's. The way Cancerian is going to go about their success is very unique to them. But I do think that they can be incredibly successful and possibly rekindle a really important relationship at the same time. So, all right, you guys, I'm going to leave this here. You guys, thank you so much. You guys are so sweet. Rosie, you angel. Thank you. Ian Bell, great to see you. Hi, Slave Princess. You are perfect. You are fashionably on time, my dear. You guys are so awesome. Oh my gosh, that's wonderful. Decoded, you saw today an exact rainbow light reflection from a stop sign. That's awesome. That's like, whoa, stop and see the rainbow. 11:08. Thank you. I love it. Oh my gosh. The unicorn with rainbow mane and tail. That's so awesome. You guys are wonderful. Slay Princess, you angel. Thank you. Pauline, good to see you. Oh, the Aquarius storyline was really cool. The Aquarius storyline was really different. That's awesome. Lots of love to you also, Dana. Sweet dreams. Thanks so much, you guys. Italian Stallion, were you a chemist? That's awesome. That's wonderful. Are there a lot of aqua suns and Cancer moons in here? That's so cool. That is awesome. Decoded, you talking about Mount Shasta? It's a beautiful mountain. Thank you guys so much for stopping in. Alejandro, good to see you. You were a florist for a bit, Rosie. That's so awesome. Very cool. Oh, I think that's such a talent to have. I'm the worst. I like to paint, and there's certain types of art that I'm, okay at, but florist, putting together bouquets, I am a mess. And I'm always so amazed I'm really bad at watercolor painting also, and I feel like that's kind of a translated skill. But I'm so happy that other people are good florists, because let me tell you, I don't have the gift. That's so cool that you do. Upright, hi, good to see you. Hi, Jess. It was a much needed change, huh? Granted, this actually isn't a new one. I've had it for years now, but I have a lot of them these days. And so, over the years, I've accumulated more. And so some of them only make an appearance like once every other year. But I'm glad you guys like this one too. I thought it was a nice transition. It's still kind of white, but we're moving into flowers instead of snow. I got to get away from the winter time now and get to thinking about spring. Ian Bell, thank you, love. You're so sweet. Thank you. Denise, really nice to see you tonight, honey. All right, you guys. Have a beautiful evening. Sweet dreams, everybody. Oh my gosh, Lulu, you're a chemist also? God, we have the coolest group in here. That is so awesome. Chemistry was my toughest subject ever. I thought it was amazing, and I had to go through almost 2 years of it, but it was like my head hurt the whole time. The molar quantities, oh my God, I was the worst. I was the worst at translating, the cross, I'll just call it cross translation, because I can't think right now of the conversion. That's the word I'm looking for, to get the conversion of the different units. I was the worst at that. Oh my gosh. Italian Stallion, you used to drive. What's an FTD truck? What does that mean? FTD truck. No, it's not flatbed. FTD. Oh, flower delivery truck. Okay, 11:08. What would I do without you? My gosh, can I have you guys on speed dial? I need help. Yeah, Rosie, you sweetie. Thank you so much. Okay, Italian Stallion at Florist Delivery Truck. Okay. You know what's so funny? When we connect the dots, you know how many people in this chat have like little pieces of their life that crisscross over like that. You know, we've got a couple of chemists, and then we've got a florist, and then we've got a florist delivery driver. And, you know, it's like all of these little teeny, like picturing all these stars that collect into constellations. It's really awesome. Bogdanka, great to see you down there. All right, you guys, lots of love. I'll see you guys again tomorrow. 11:08. Everything is rad. I agree with you. Thank you for helping me to bring it back. Love that word. Good afternoon, morning to you also in Poland, Bogdanka. All right, you guys, take care. I know, Dana, so true. All right, everybody, take care. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.